This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president and CEO of Revival Gold, Mr. Hugh Agro. Hugh, how are you, sir? Congratulations are in order. We'll get to that in a minute. How are things going?
Very good, Gerardo. Good to be with you.
Listen, I've been excited to get this resource update for Revival Gold. I know there was a slight delay, but man, was it worth the wait. You now have a gold resource of over 4 million ounces across all categories. You increased it by over 1 million ounces. And frankly, there's a lot to like. I'm going to let you provide the context, and then I have a few questions for you.
Thank you, Gerardo. This is very exciting news for us. It's 56% increase in the indicated mineral resource to over 2 million ounces. Another 2 million ounces in the inferred category, where we've increased that by 19%. Higher grade in the underground component of this resource, up 39%. So some really big headline aspects to this, which I think are very exciting for the project. Set us up for the PFS that's coming, and we'll be back drilling here very shortly in the Joss area. So more drill news to come. It's an exciting time of year for us.
Well, listen, the market received the news really, really well. Great volume. You had a good uptick in the stock, but despite that, you're still trading right around the 60-cent level Canadian. I saw an update from a research group that has a 190 target on the stock. Let's get into why I believe that is. You mentioned the increase in the resource. You mentioned the increase in the confidence. I think it's important to highlight how relative and sensitive the resource is to the gold price assumption that you used. I mean, we can go down to 1,600 ounce gold and the resource is pretty much the same. Am I wrong in reading it that way?
No, you're absolutely right. We do not have a lot of sensitivity to the gold price here. The geology is solid, the resource is solid, and we've run relatively conservative cost numbers, all reflecting the current inflationary environment. And so when we take the gold price assumption down, as an example, to 1,600, we only lose less than 1% of the resource in doing so. So very conservative assumptions going into this. Wood PLC did the work for us on the consulting side, and they're a very conservative firm, and I think you can see that in the numbers here. A number of aspects of this are conservative, and therefore the resource is rock solid. Are we trading cheaply? Absolutely. We just continue to deliver on all fronts here, right from day one. I mean, when you first walked the property, Gerardo, we had nil, no resource. And here we are 4 years later with 4 million ounces. That's a finding cost of less than $5 an ounce. It's value accretive in all respects.
A lot of value already there if you never discover another ounce. What's exciting for me is the exploration upside. Because frankly, you're following up on a program that you just concluded a few months back, and you had some of the best intercepts you've ever had at the project. You have a 7,000 meter program scheduled to begin later this month. Explain to me, Hugh, where the focus will be on that drilling.
We'll start at the end of this month in the Joss area, following up on the hole you referenced, a hole 240. Intersected 12 grams over 14 meters and another 9 grams over 12 meters. In entirety, that hole intersected 110 meters of 4.3 grams. So obvious target for us to follow up on. We'll be in there end of this month and drilling. And then we'll head up to Haiti, where we want to continue to grow the oxide resource for the restart PFS, which is underway. Engineering work is already underway, and we've got some drilling up there, a couple thousand meters to do, following up in an open target there. And then we'll be drilling out in some of the outlying areas on the project where we want to do some more exploratory work. We've got at least a half a dozen targets on the Arnett side of the property that we haven't touched yet, and we want to get in and do some RC drilling in those locations. So lots of drilling this year, PFS by the end of the year, and all of this on a brownfield site, existing infrastructure we can redeploy. So I think there's a lot of aspects to this that are relatively low risk in a choppy market for investors to get exposure at a price which is no different today than it was 5 years ago when we had those, just those dreams of finding the 4 or 5 million ounces of gold that we've located today.
You have the 4. I think, getting to 5 million ounces is a stone's throw away. And I am excited to see what this year's drilling program turns up. Hugh, congratulations.
Thank you, Gerald. Really appreciate your following and interest in the story. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Hugh. Chat soon.
Okay.
Hey everybody, Gerardo Del Real here. If you're enjoying the content that you just saw, you can let us know in 3 simple steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share across your network and on social media. Take care, everybody.